everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Peanut City Police. This week, I am joined by Officer Capehart and Officer Marshall, who are two of our school resource officers. So, obviously, we were talking about back to school. Starts on Monday. So first of all, thank you guys for joining us. And first, I want to start with you, Officer Marshall.
Absolutely.
This is your first year as an SRO, or a school resource officer.
Yes.
What made you want to make the switch?
Well, first, thank you all for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity. I've been kind of thinking about for a long time how to get more integrated into my community. One of the things that I do on the side is I do a lot of volunteer coaching for, playing soccer and, absolutely love the sport. So, being able to focus more along the lines of our future here in the city of Suffolk is, this grants me the best opportunity to be able to connect with, our city's future.
Great.
Cool.
Awesome.
And for you,
Yes,
can you
ma'am.
talk a little bit about what your role is day in and day out as a school resource officer?
The roles are pretty simple. We maintain security at the schools. We interact with students and staff foremost because we are the police community liaisons. So we're trying to just bridge that gap between ourselves and the community, making sure that we show the police department in a positive light. Try to beat back any of those negative stereotypes that we tend to get. So that's one of my roles, and then just to connect with the kids, provide them with a safe environment to learn, and just prospering.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
And as we mentioned, Monday is the day that school starts back up.
Monday is the day. Yes.
Tell me a little bit about what that looks like for you all. I know, Marshall, it's your first time, so you're going to be meeting all the students for the first time. But Capehart, you might have some familiar faces along with new ones.
Yep.
So do you have anything fun planned, or just what is that first day?
The first day is pretty much just controlling the chaos. We got a lot of new faces. Along with students, we have new staff members. So everyone's trying to learn their way around, get in on time, get the classroom set up. The kids are trying to find a way to go. Being at Kingsport Middle is a fairly big school. So the sixth graders coming in, sometimes are overwhelmed. And it's guiding them, being that, the guiding light pretty much around the school and making sure everybody feels comfortable and everybody's good to go. So.
Cool.
Yeah, and for me, you got a lot of people. I understand, it's a very, very troubling, hard time for kids, and especially freshmen coming into high school. I've coached a couple of them, so if you see me in the hallways, give me a high five, right? So, being that person that's there that can, help those individuals kind of go throughout their day, make their freshman year as smooth as possible. And for the new faces, that I'll be seeing, they're juniors and seniors and sophomores too. So, kind of presenting myself as that approachable individual. I'll be there at the bus ramp greeting everybody for their first day.
Oh, you make me feel good as a grandma.
I try my best.
And for either or both of you, what are some of the most important back-to-school safety tips that you can share with our residents?
Pretty much for the parents, make sure you check your child's book bag before sending them to school. A lot of times, especially coming off in the summertime, kids use their book bags for going outside, doing things, playing around with their friends, and sometimes I might leave questionable items in their book bags. So make sure you check their book bags before bringing them to school. For the first part of the morning, make sure they get on the bus, make sure everything's fine with that, as far as the bus routes and things like that. So.
Yeah, and one of the first things as officers, they highlight on is just our presence being there is super important. That's just as important for our children too. Please, please, please let your kids come to school for the first week. It is imperative that they get these 171 days of learning in. And so, we are happy and excited to see them. And there is a whole lot of curriculum that they try to shove in as quickly as possible. And, for the Suffolk public school systems, there's a very far illustrious career, with them, and the police department as well. We're going to try our best to marry each other together and have a great and positive, motivational, inspirational year.
Oh,
Yep.
I like that. Perfect.
Well, thank you guys both so much for joining us today.
Yeah.
I know your job is very important. It's very crucial, not only for safety and security, but in these students' lives. So I just want to ask one last question. Is there anything else you would like to add about being an SRO, back to school safety, or just anything else in general, that a message you want to get out to people watching this?
Well, we're planning on having a great year. This, I know I can speak for myself, and I know Marshall probably feels the same way. We're very glad to be in the schools. We're very appreciative of the opportunity to serve and serve the community in this capacity. So we're just excited to get back. And once again, parents just come in positive mind, positive attitudes, and we're gonna have a great year. Looking forward to it. Absolutely.
And to kind of piggyback off of that, one of the things that I can always say is, as community-oriented individuals, that starts with every person-to-person interaction. So with that, every day you get to wake up and choose how you want your day to go. Let that start as a great day. And we'll be meeting you right at your schools. And if you go to Lakeland, go Cavs.
Well, that's a great note to end it on. Thank you guys again for joining us today. And thank you everyone for watching this week's episode. We'll see you next time.